What's going on, y'all? It's your boy M.I.Yeli Yes, and I want to shed some light to y'all musicians and just have this conversation that we ain't been having for a while. It's a game designed for you to give all your money to these top brands and these top companies and these top engineers. I'm going to give y'all a few steps, but I'm going to explain why. First thing is this. When you first get into music, you don't really know what you're getting yourself into. You just know that the excitement, the thrill, and the whole thing of like having music videos, the thought of being on TV, the popularity aspect of it, but it's a lot more to it than just what you see on TV and what you see in front of you. A lot of people, when they get into music, their biggest dream is to be signed to a major label or be on tour or be somebody's favorite artist or have people repeating their songs word for word for word. But I want to talk about how important it is to be at peace. My dad always told me that there's some people that's really, really rich that committed suicide because they weren't genuinely happy. And you can have everything you want with music. You can have everything you want in life, period. Whatever your craft, whatever you want. But if you don't have what you need within, in my opinion, I believe that you won't really be able to enjoy it to the fullest. So for my people that's already into music, and for my people that are trying to get into music of all ages, you can do music at any age. It doesn't matter. First thing I want to say is you got to start a foundation on something that's important to you, that actually matters to you. A lot of people started on ego, and a lot of people base their success off of other people's success. But what if I were to tell you that nobody can define your success except you? But the only time somebody could define your success more than you is if you value their opinion more than your own. So I was born to do music for a reason. And there's a purpose behind me doing music. When I got into music, I fell in love with music because I went to the Tom Joyner Family Reunion and I saw the lifestyle that Mindless Behavior, Soulja Boy, and all of them live. My cousin worked for Tom Joyner, and my mom and that cousin are real close with each other, so it was pretty easy to be able to go to stuff like that and see stuff like that. So I fell in love with music off of that strength, and then I was just doing it just because, and then I realized I wanted to use it to grow closer to God. As I got older, I realized that I have a gift of communicating with people, being able to have a conversation with anybody. As I started having shows, I realized that not just people that look just like me like my music, but white people, people of all different races, like my music as well. And I realized I could bring all different walks of people together. When you understand your purpose and you define your success, you'll be all right. The biggest thing I want to nip in the bud is feeling like you got to give all this extra money and buy all this extra equipment. At the end of the day, it is based off of what you do with what's in front of you. And even I wasn't honest with myself about that. Of course, if you go on YouTube and you look at reviews and you look at people talk about stuff, most of the time they're getting paid to review these things. They got endorsements, and nobody with an endorsement with common sense is finna say, this product that I'm reviewing is trash. Cut it out. The truth is this, yo. Music is subjective to opinion, and you gotta know what you want out of your music. You can't let everybody else define that. You understand what I'm saying? If you really, really like what you do, how many people on this planet? Probably 8 billion, 9 billion, more than that. You know what I'm saying? It's a good chance that at least 10,000 people like the same exact thing that you like, even if one of your peers thinks that it's trash. The same way that somebody thinks that you're trash is the same way that somebody thinks that you're the GOAT. Music is subjected to opinion all the way down to a mix and a master. Some of the songs that you really, really like weren't mixed and mastered that well. And you can't even really tell the difference between equipment through the headphones that we listen to music on, because the headphones that we listen to music on, the bass is purposely boosted and the high frequencies are purposely lowered for entertainment purposes. So when people go out here and get a $20,000 studio and wonder why they get a $100 sound, it's because it's not about that. It's about energy. It's about the spiritual aspect. It's about the purpose behind music, not just doing it to do it. So for my musicians that may feel like they need to spend this amount of money or be signed to this label or have to do all these things, I'm sorry, man. Like, I was trying to just hold my tongue, you know what I mean? Like, I was recording somebody at a studio, and I got paid to record, and I stopped going to that studio. I'm just gonna keep it a stat with you. I was telling the dude about my home studio, and you know, like, trying to communicate with him and let him know, like, that you can pretty much get that vibe or whatever from whatever. And I was pulled aside and told, you know, don't mention a home studio thing, because then people will feel like they could just do it on their own. And it's just like, I thought about it. If I gotta finesse people and make them feel like you need me, no matter how much money you spend, my studio is superior to yours. If I gotta finesse people and mentally manipulate them in order to make $60 an hour, to make $45 an hour, I'd rather work a 9 to 5 and having a retirement and have benefits. I would take my integrity every single day. I'm not finna be out here compromising what I stand for a soul. And you gotta think about it this way. Yeah, you've seen a lot of people do the same as that thing, but have you ever thought you could be the first person to not do that? So when people call you and be like, oh, you know, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, bruh, you know that you're so powerful that even if I didn't find a way to get through that door, if nobody's ever found a way to get through that door, I'm here to tell you that one of y'all will find a way to get through that door. And maybe I'm here to just help you figure that part out. So with this series and everything that's going on with that, we're going to break down how to make what you got in front of you work to the very, very best. It's MILES, GRANT, and I love y'all.